Hello, my friends. In these sections, we are going to make the Comment.js part. As I said in our last sections, the Comment.js part is comment list plus root comment form. That is just this whole comment part is the Comment.js part. So to make that one, first we'll create a template for Comment.js or the template for this part, and then we will make the handle change function for so when we type something inside the command form in here, so when we type something we need to trigger on change function. That's why we need to make this handle change function, and then we also need to make on submit function after just typing in here, and then after clicking this submit we will trigger on submit. So that's why we need to make the on submit function. So after trigger on submit functions, we already saved that data inside MongoDB, but we didn't tell this is saved into our parent component. Our parent component is the detailed video page. So we also need to tell our parent component that we saved one comment. So we need to update that saved data into parent component, which is a detailed video page. So after that, I want to show the comment list data in the console panel. Because we are not going to make the single comment, there is no way we can populate that comment list data in the browser. So like this one, we are not going to make the single comment. There is no way to populate the data in the browser like this. So we can just show the data in the console panel here. So that's what we are going to do in this section. So without further ado, so first I'm going to create a template for Comment.js. So first we go to our text editor in here. First I want to run our application by typing npm run dev. So now we are here inside our application. So we are going to make the template in here for our comment part. So we made the comment component inside our detailed video page. So we go inside the comment component. So you can see how many replies we have in here. And then we can see our root comment form. So now we completed making this template. So the next thing we need to do is to make handle change function. The reason is, as I said before, if we type something in here, actually nothing happens. So as we type something, we actually want to put that word in here. That's why we need to make that unchanged function. So in here, we will just give the name handle change, and we will make this variable in here handle change, and we will use the arrow function, and we put this event in here. So as we type something, we want to put this value inside a state, but we didn't have that state yet, so we are going to make the state first. So use state, that name will be just comment, the initial state will be just a string, and then we need to import this use state from the React, and then we put this set comment in here. So whenever we type something, we want to change this comment into this one, current target value. Value is coming from here, so we can put this comment in here. So this comment will be this text area's value. So if I save it and we go back to our application, so we will write something in here, hello. So right, as we type something, we can put that word in here. So we are moving into step 3, so make unsubmit function. So when we just submit this one, we also need to trigger that unsubmit function. So we go to our text editor, and in here we have this unsubmit. We put this unsubmit function in here, and we will set this variable, and we will just type const and unsubmit and as well as we did in here. So we will make sure that we will keep that form from attempting to submit itself by calling event prevent default. After that, we will use Axios to do post request. The API location will be API and comment and save comment. And then we also need to give the variable here, but we didn't make this one yet, so we set this variable as a object. So which property do we need to put send into our backend to save this comment? First, we need to have the content. So but easily we can get this content from this comment. We also need to have writer's ID. But how can we get this writer's ID in here? Now I want to remind you we are actually using the Redux container. So if we come back to our website, and then if I click this Redux extension, and then I go to state and type in here, click in here. So I put this user data inside the Redux container, so you can get this logged in user's ID inside the Redux container. So to get this one, I need to bring the Redux in here by typing import. We will use the Redux hook, use selector from React Redux. So by using user selector functions, we can just set user, use selector and state. So we type state and then state and user. So if we come back to our Redux store, so we just inside the state, we will get the state user. This is state and user. So we just put this user data inside this user variable. So inside this user variable, we have all of the users data. So now we will use this one for this writer's ID. We type user and user data and user data and then ID in here ID. So now we have writer's ID. So there is one more property we need to send, that is the post ID. Well, how can we get this post ID? To get this post ID, we need to go to our parent component, which is the detailed video page. So we put this component in here. So actually, if we come in here, we have this videos ID. So we are going to send this videos ID as a prop. So we name this one post ID. So we put the video and ID, and then we save it, and we come back to our component Comment.js, and we can just put the props in here first, so we can get these props from our parent component. So we saved, we typed as a post ID. So this is how we get the post ID from our parent component. So we got all of the variable to send our backend, and then we can just do then the response. So if response and data and success, we do something, and else alert, we say fail to save comment. So now it's time to make this router. So by going to comment routes, well, actually we didn't make that routes yet in here. So first, and save it, and then we make that comment route in here, and we copy everything from the any of routes and then paste it, and then we will just delete unnecessary part, and we need to bring the comment model, and then we put this one in here, and we also need to go to index.js inside the server. So we also copy this one and paste it in, and we type comment, and we type routes, and inside the route folder we put this comment file. So first, that request come in index.js inside server, and it goes through this line into the comment.js. So in here we name the API comment and save comment. So we copy this save comment in here for the right location to get the API. So we just delete this one. So what we need to do in here is we can just save the comment we got from our client inside the MongoDB. So first we will bring that comment model. Inside the comment model, we put all of the data we got from the client request body. We set this one into a comment instance, and we use the save function that comes from MongoDB. So after saving it, if we have error, we got the error callback, or we also get the documents. We have error return response JSON and success false and error. And if it was successful, we can just do response and JSON and success true. Yeah, originally we can just do like that, but if we think about more, actually we need to send this comment data that is just saved inside MongoDB into our parent component, which is a detailed video page. That's why we actually need to have all data of the comment field that is just saved. But if we just bring this comment, actually we will only have the writer's ID, not just writer's image or name or any other part. So that's why to get the writer's something, originally we can just do the populate and writer, so we can have all of the information about this writer. But after save one, we cannot use this function. So that's why we need to manually bring this comment model, and then we will need to find it with the ID we just saved it. That is the comment and ID. So in here we need to do populate, so writer. So now we can have all of the data of the comment we just saved, including writer's whole information. So we can just execute the query, and in here error, callback, and then result. So if error, return response JSON, success, false, and error. And if it was successful, return response and JSON response status 200 and JSON success true, and we can send this result, which is the whole data of the comment that we just saved. So now we save it. Now we go back to our client, Comment.js. So in here, first what we need to do is in here we write something, and then if we click this submit, we actually need to make this value into empty value. So first we do set comment and just empty string. So after that, as I said in here, we want to update save data into parent component. So we are going to update our save data into parent component. But how can we do that in here? So when we bring the information from parent component to child component, we just use these props. But when we send our information from child component to parent component, so how can we do that? So to do that, we can still use the props. So first we go to detail video page. So in here, so we can just put one props named refresh function. It will have one function named update comment, and we just make this variable update comment. In here we will take it one argument in here and like this. So inside this comment, so the reason why we need to just update the comment in here is we're going to take care of all the comment list inside the parent component, in which is a detailed video page. So I'm going to make that state for taking care of that comment list. So we are going to make that state, the name will be comment list. This initial state is array, so we put this set comment list in here. So which kind of argument we are going to get? So now in here, first we need to take in the parameter. So now first we need to take in the parameter that comes from the here. So if you see this update comment, so this update comment, we will just send this refresh function prop into comment.js. So we will get this refresh function. So this refresh function in here, and we will put this one in here, and response and data and result, which is the new comment we just saved inside MongoDB. So we can just put the parameter in here as a new comment, because in our props we put this argument, because in this props we put this new comment, we put this new comment value. So that's why we can also put this new comment parameter inside in here. So we update this comment list. So by bringing this parameter, if we originally have this 1 and 2 and 3 comment, this new comment is just the 4. So we need to push this one in here. So to do that, we will get 1, 2, 3 in here, this comment list, a push method, and we will just put this one in here. So now we can, so by doing like this, we can update this comment list. So, and then we also need to put this one inside in here as a prop like this. I know it's very complicated. I understand it right now, but I hope you can dig more deeply in this part because this is originally hard part to understand. So I hope you are not gonna be frustrated even though you cannot understand it. If you keep watching it and then keep thinking about it, you will definitely understand it soon. So we got this one more prop, so we can get that props in here. So we will use that props and then comment list we got from here. So now we have all the comment list in here. So I'm going to do console log. I hope you can see. So we go back to our application in here. So I'm going to turn on our console panel and I'm going to type something in here. Hello. Oh, I actually didn't just give this on click function in here. It will be same as this one. So I save it again and then I come back in here. So I will type it again. Hello. I'm sorry, I made one mistake. There was I needed to use the concat, not push. So I'm going back to my application again and I will type something in here. So you can see we have one comment information and I'm going to type one more. Hello. And now you can see we have two comment information. And it was a very long lecture and it was really complicated, but I'm so happy you got up to this part. But I am really happy because you came into this part, and then I definitely believe you learned really a lot. And in our next section, we are going to populate this data, and in our next section, we are going to populate this data in our browser in here. So thank you for watching this video and see you soon. Thank you.